Sometimes when you see things in person, they're almost nothing like what you think they're going to be by looking at them online. And this is one of those things. Hey everyone, before we get into the meat of the video, and I'm just going to let the video play out as I recorded it, I waited on this specific video, and by the way, this will be the last After Hours at Home GymCon video that I release, but I waited to post this one last because I knew that Kayvon and Bells of Steel had some updates in the works for this particular machine, and it addresses some of the things I bring up in this video. So like I said, we're going to let the video play out as I recorded it, and then at the very end of the video, stay tuned, and I'm going to kind of give you guys what the updates are and a revised buying recommendation on this unit. So enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you at the end. Hey everybody, it's Tim, head nerd over at GymCrafter.com, a website where we help ordinary folks build home gyms that they not only love, but actually use. And I'm still here at Home GymCon, almost midnight, another episode of After Hours at Home GymCon, and today I wanted to look at the Bells of Steel Dreadmill. Now, if you're on social media at all, you've seen this. This is a cool looking thing, but one of the things that surprised me when I got here was when I see it online, it looks gigantic. And when we came here, the first thing a bunch of us said is, it's actually a relatively small footprint, and for all the things that you can do on this, it's a pretty versatile machine. Now, it's got some issues, but I want to show you kind of what it can do, the footprint of it, and then give you some advice if you're interested in this. So let's take a closer look. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of sled work. The problem is I live near Chicago, so while I can do a lot of sled work in the summertime and the spring and the fall, once it gets cold, there's not a lot of sled work I can do. You can only push a sled back and forth in your garage so much before you get tired of doing that, and it's not very effective. Another exercise that I genuinely love doing is heavy farmer's carries. And again, in the winter, I'm limited to just the space of my garage where I kind of have to walk. I think I marked it off at 6 or 8 steps one way, 6 or 8 steps back. So if you're trying to do 40 or 50 steps per set, that's walking back and forth, that's a lot of turning, and if you've got heavy weight, you know those turns can be a little bit shaky, put a little bit of undue stress on your ankles, whereas walking in a straight line is much better. Well, what if you could have a machine in your home gym that allows you to not only do sled work in the wintertime, but also do carries and do it in a small space and take as many steps doing those things as possible. And that is what the Dreadmill does. So let's take a real quick look. What you've got is, now this does not plug in. So this is a magnetic resistance machine. It is a manual-ish treadmill. It's got an incline. And you're gonna drive it with your own power. Now, the cool thing is you can use this to walk on, but you can also lean into it and do some sled work. Now, one of my nitpicks with this is while you can adjust the resistance up a little bit, it's not going to be like heavy sled work. So if you like doing speed sled work, this is going to be a great alternative to that. If you like heavy sled work, I've got some advice for you here at the end. Now you also have these kind of football drive pads where you can kind of get down. Now, there's not enough resistance for me to get down that low, but my real issue is these things are a little bit shaky. They're attached with one bolt, and the bolt doesn't actually go through the machine or through the bar. It threads right in. So this needs to be improved for sure. The other thing that needs to be improved is there needs to be a little bit more resistance in the sled. So those are a couple of I wishes about this, but let me show something really cool that you can do. Here you've got some lever arms. So if you want to do carries, you're now doing heavily loaded carries. You can take as many steps in your garage as you would like to take. You want to pretend like you're walking from here to North Carolina and back?
Run, Forrest, run!
You can do that. So this is a really cool option for heavy carries. There's plenty of room on these posts to load these pretty heavily. And a nice benefit of this is, again, this is a multi-purpose machine. So let me show you what else you can do with these arms. Real easy, this pops up. I've now got these so that I can do shrugs, I can do upright rows. So there's a couple of things that you can do with this in addition. Let me put this back down and show you one more thing. So what I want to do is I've got the resistance on 1 so far. So as you saw, that speed work. Now I'm going to put this all the way down at 10. Now that will increase the resistance, so I really have to drive. Now it's not a ton more. I would really like there to be more resistance, but it is more. It's also nice if you've got knee problems, backwards sled drags, or walking backwards on your treadmill, is going to do a heck of a lot for your knee health. And this is a really good amount of resistance for this. Let's talk about whether or not I would actually buy this. I would not buy version 1. And I've talked to Kayvon, the owner, and he's aware of a lot of the little issues that I pointed out, and they're already working on improving those. So this is an incredibly cool idea. Bells of Steel has, as far as the idea goes, the concept, the footprint, the versatility, they have knocked this out of the park. But like a lot of times, if you've ever heard the adage, never buy a first model of your car, I'm kind of comparing that to this. I expect the 2.0 of this to be stunning. If you're in the market for something like this and you've been thinking about it, I would probably pass on the 1.0, but the 2.0, when they get that out, definitely take a look at that, because if they fix the resistance, they fix these a little bit, then this is going to be an absolutely fantastic thing. And the nice thing, like I said, the footprint, this is ideal for our garage gyms. Check it out in Bells of Steel if you haven't seen it. They've got more information on their website. Keep an eye out for version 2. And if you like this kind of video, if you like me staying late to give you this kind of content, please drop a like, a follow, share this video so that I know that I'm providing value to you. And then if not, drop me a comment and ask me what you'd like to see, or show me what you'd like to see, so that I can earn those likes and shares. But until the next video, I'm Tim with GymCrafter. So as promised, here's the updated buying recommendation. They are not going to call it a 2.0, but they have released their new batch of the Dreadmill, and it does have upgraded resistance. I don't think they did anything with those uprights, but I don't know that how often you're going to be pushing real hard against those anyway, and I don't know that that's a make it or break it feature. The resistance for me it was the reason I said I would wait, especially if you're going to do sled work on it. I talked to Gluck over at Gluck's Gym, and he said that the new versions that are shipping now are going to have a lot more resistance to them, and they will be able to sub in for heavy sled work. So if you've been wondering how to get some sled work done in your gym in the wintertime, or how to not have to drag a sled up and down your sidewalk or your driveway and have all your neighbors look at you funny, the Dreadmill is a really good way to do that. I really like what Bells of Steel is doing lately. They've really brought their quality level up, and this is a great example of Kayvon, the owner, listening to feedback that he got at Home Gym Con, that he gets from users, and making changes to stuff so that it's the right product for you guys. And I think the Dreadmill is going to be a perfect product for a lot of you. The footprint is really minimal. It takes up less room overall than a normal treadmill does. It fits in a lot of garage gyms. It does a lot of different things even that I didn't show you in that video. But if you're looking for a buying recommendation on the Dreadmill, hit the link below. It is an affiliate link that does help me out. It doesn't cost you a penny. But if you decided to buy one, definitely let me know what you think afterwards in the comments. And if you did, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Sometimes when you see... Damn it, it's late.